Is the man who's always on vacation too old to lead the nation? A new poll finds that an overwhelming majority of Americans, 77%, think President Biden is too old for a second term. Even 69% of Democrats say Joe's no longer up to the task. And that's saying something, because half of those Dem voters are dead. Jimmy, come on. As for Joe, if this month was any indication, he's already in full-on retirement mode. Anything to add, Mr. President?
No, look, I'm not old. I'm not too old. I'm like a kid. But, you know, maybe I'm old here and here, but not up here. Up here, I can remember my phone number as a kid. It was, let's see, was it, Hello? Hello, is Corn Pop there? Yeah, you tell him it's pain and suffering.
Good job, Salute. Jamie, we are bagging on Biden, but wasn't he technically correct at the State of the Union when he said now is the time to choose between unity and schmegana-hemana-hemana?
Yes, I thought he made a great point. I don't think his, like, teleprompter, I don't think there's a lot of spaces in it. It's always just kind of like one long sentence. Remember when he was like, build back better, build back better? I was like, did he say bread, milk, butter? Are we making pancakes? What is going on? They said, did you see, well, you just kind of said it, but like, yeah, 70%, 77% said that he could not, didn't think he could continue effectively. And this is crazy, but the other 23%, did you see this, were wrong. And then, that's crazy. And then, kind of a fun video where he was getting booed. Wasn't that kind of fun?
Yeah.
Did you hear when people were like, boo, boo? He was like, oh my God, the ghosts, they're coming for me.
Tyrus, let's talk optics for a second, okay? Looking out at how bad the world is, what do you think's a better look for America? Trump in a mugshot or Biden in a lounge chair?
Trump in a mugshot. Or Biden in the lounge.
Yeah, what do you
chair.
think they actually respect more? Like, seriously.
Well, I think they respect whoever got Biden out of the lounge chair, because that was going to be quite a task. I think you want other countries to see that our president is willing to go there.
Yeah.
You know, and his slogan is, the boys in the hood are always hard. Talking trash will blow your car. Knowing nothing in life to be legit, don't with Trump. I ain't saying like that. To me, Putin sees a mugshot, he'll back up.
Yeah.
They see old grandpa, kinda, he doesn't claim them all, sitting in a chair. They're gonna be like, you know what? Maybe it's a good time now to invade. Let's go.
Let's go. He's asleep.
Because chances are, when they do come, he's gonna be like, oh, look, kids, balloons. Like, no, those are missiles, Mr. President.
I think what he said is spot on, Kat, but is the joke on us, because Biden has been telling people behind closed doors he's going to beat Harry Truman. I expect Truman to win the debate, but I think Biden has a real shot here.
He is old. He's not too old to be fine after he got COVID, though.
Yeah,
which makes it a lot harder for him to make me afraid of COVID.
Yeah, like, if he could get COVID and live, we could get anything, right? That's a great point.
I'm going to be okay. I don't really think it's an age thing. I've said this before, but the age thing, yes. There is a thing there. But I don't think his age even makes the list of the things that I'm concerned about. You know, like, Paul McCartney is older than Joe Biden. I went and saw Paul McCartney live last summer. He put it on a 3-hour show, playing all these instruments, singing. Joe Biden couldn't even make his way onto that stage, probably, you know? The list of, he doesn't seem to know who's alive and who's dead, and thinks dead people are in the room with him all the time. He shakes hands with the air. You know, he babbles, oh, I was raised by Puerto Ricans. Like, he said he had oil cancer, and all of us were just like, that's Joe. Like, what? This is not normal. Like, this is supposed to be like, get Joe Biden and will it all be normal? Nothing about this is normal. And I think it's an insult to all of the wonderful, brilliant 80-somethings in our audience to say that it's an age thing.
Yeah.
It's if he could do, it's like he's proven to me that age is just a number, but not in the way that he thinks he did.
To be fair, Jimmy. To be fair, he was never sharp in his 30s
Thank you.
or 40s either. He was never, let's be fair. I'm going to put that out there.
Yeah, when they say
He
like
was never front of the class.
like, he lost his fastball. I'm like, hello, he was throwing 52 miles an hour.
Thank you.
That's a great point. Morgan, as someone who worked in the State Department, though, let's talk about optics for a second.
Okay.
In what world does this administration think it's a good idea to be showing the rest of the world our president's C-cup breasts for the entire month of August?
Yeah, some of us get jealous.
The female leaders are upset.
You know, I mean, he probably needed the vacation, but it was a little tone deaf when people's children are literally burning alive in Hawaii and in the United States, and he just says no comment as he gets off the beach. I mean, the juxtaposition of literally someone, I read these stories, somebody is stuck at work, their kids are in their house in Maui, and their kid's burned alive while he's hanging out on the beach and just says, no comment, don't have anything to say about it today. So, you know, I don't know, maybe he needs the vacation. I'll tell you, I said this earlier today, I think term limits would serve us all really well. I've been calling on this for a long time. You know, he's been in office since I think he got elected when he was 29, 30. If we had term limits, this might not be an issue today. And it goes for both sides. Like, get him out. Go find something else to do with your time.
Like, you know it's bad when they call the Oval Office, Joe answers, and they're like, can we speak to someone quicker, like Fetterman? You know? Dude, you laugh. That Fetterman video breaks my heart, because if you ever see the video where he's struggling to pronounce I-95, where he's like, I-95, and he finally says it, Biden yells out, bingo.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.